All right, welcome to today's episode. For those of you who are just joining the podcast, we're the Aryan Verk agency. We specialize in helping B2B businesses scale their revenue. So if you want to learn how to take your business to the next level, make sure to stick around. And if you're interested in a free growth consultation, just drop the word DM in the, or word growth in the DM. Sorry about that. Today we have a really exciting guest, Alessandro, the co-founder and CEO of WeWill AI. Thanks for being here, Alessandro. If we could get a quick background on what inspired you to start WeWill AI, that'd be great so the viewers get a little understanding of who you are.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, Arian, for having me here. It all started uh, around 2 years ago. I was just, I think, in the second year of college, and it was during the summer. I really wanted to find a way to make money. Actually, it's a funny story. I wanted to start a brand, and so I just kind of got into the marketing aspect of it by learning about Virgil Abloh. And so I kind of got into marketing first. I was like, okay, let me leverage kind of what I learned into marketing. And so I started kind of a SMMA agency that quickly turned into a web development agency. So we started making not just social media content and management, but website as well, because I kind of figured that was something that a lot of clients were missing. And then eventually, AI chatbots kind of started to pop out. And it was kind of the same time where I think ChatGPT 3 or 3.5 was out. And so it was just at the beginning of the like kind of useful
Yeah.
AI. And so yeah, we started implementing some chatbots, and I kind of really found intriguing the idea of AI, and I started playing around with ChatGPT, and actually we had our first client in a very unconventional way. A friend of mine introduced me to his dad, actually, who's the CEO of a large enterprise. And for whatever reason, I don't think he really understood exactly what we did, my friend, because he told his dad that we could, his dad had kind of heard of AI. And so he's like, oh, Alessandro can probably help you. He's kind of doing something with AI, even though we were like barely doing chatbots at the time. And so yeah, he called me, and of course, as any entrepreneur, I had no idea about how to do whatever he said, but I said, yeah, I can do that, no
Well, yeah,
worries.
got to figure it out after.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's kind of how it started. At kind of the same time, my co-founder, who's also the CTO, so he takes care of all the technical side, kind of um, start understanding exactly how to use AI, how to create, LLM and train it, and so that was kind of the beginning of it all.
Oh, that's great. It's a good niche to get into because everyone in the world is transitioning. You'll see it in every business. They got some sort of AI in there, so it's good to stay ahead of the curve like that.
Absolutely.
Um, So, at being the CEO, can you share a little bit about your role and how you fit into the bigger picture with your company?
Absolutely. So, with CEO, so at the beginning it was just me and my co-founder, right? And so we kind of said, okay, we kind of have to divide roles. And so the way I would describe, at least at the beginning, that kind of also shaped how what my current role is. We said, okay, you take care of all the technical side, so you make sure the product is we create a product, and we kind of understand how it works and the coding and of it all, and I'll take care of all the commercial side of it all. So kind of get an offer down, get some clients, and talk to them, convince them that we're a
Yeah,
suitable that we're the best for that job. Um, and I mean, obviously, fast forward to now, um, we have we expanded the team. We have around 6 or 7 people that now work with us. Three of them are under my management, and the other four are on the technical side.
Hmm.
There's probably one more incoming, so it will be 8 in total in I think by the end of October. And so now I kind of manage everything still that has, so it hasn't changed actually that much. I just kind of grown into knowing a little bit more about the
Yeah.
uh, how to get clients, how to retain clients, which is not even something I was thinking about at the time.
Yep.
Um, and so yeah, like all the lead gen stuff, and then the outreach, and now even we're starting to get into into the inbound, so social, and which also why I think this is such a great idea and a great opportunity to be here today. So yeah, I would say inbound, and managing and making sure that uh, everyone is knows exactly what to do and why they're doing it inside of the company.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that's great. So then, now that you're growing a little bit, you're getting more people, you're at six, soon to be eight. How do you approach goal setting and growth planning?
That's a great question. I was just talking today earlier with one of the people that I'm kind of still in the like onboarding, I guess, in the as an employee for WeWill. And what I usually say is I so for startups, right? So obviously, if you have a big corporation and that already works, and you need to have someone that manages the top, you will obviously look for talents, right? For talents, and in a way that is like, okay, someone who already has experience and already know what they're doing. But in this stage, and I think in general, I think Joe Lonsdale said this, and he took it from Peter Thiel. So I think that's a pretty good quote. Um, when you're at a startup, we hire for conviction and motivation, and I think in order to have those things, it's kind of it's my job to, as I said before, not just make sure that everyone knows what they're doing, but why are they doing it? So,
Mhm.
my approach is first, I will make sure that everyone is on the same page, as into where are we going as a company. Um, I also care about, now that the team is relatively small, obviously, you can't do this forever, but uh, make sure that all our employees kind of are up to date into, who our clients are and what kind of projects are we doing for them, and where are we focusing the most. And so this, I think, allows for everyone to know exactly where they fit, and know just how much their single contribution to the company actually relates to the goals and that we're trying to achieve. So, for example, this morning I was just explaining the whole like lead gen and an outreach to through cold emails to this one guy, and I think, if I said, okay, so you just open this and copy and paste, and then you just clean the data set, you just paste it on here, boom, okay, just do that. Instead, it's like, okay, once you clean all this and you put it on to this other software and all this boring other stuff, what will happen is that it will go and it will shoot out emails to potential clients, which they might actually reply, and that will probably land us new clients. And so I just try to tie as much as possible to the outcome. And so, what are you doing versus why are you doing? Again, I think it's very important.
Yeah, and one point I think you made that was really good was finding people who are motivated, even if they may not know everything about it. It's a lot easier to teach someone than have someone
Mhm.
that knows everything about it and try to keep them going, try to get them motivated. I think that's a lot more difficult to do.
Yeah, especially if they think they know everything, and
Yeah.
they might know more than you do on some certain domain. But again, I think that quote really resonated with me, and the way that we hire at our company, which is, you might have an interest. For example, we just hired a social media manager, you might not know exactly like 100% of the things that you'll have to do, because maybe you did some internships, you worked a little bit here and there, but maybe you didn't exactly, it wasn't exactly like an AI automation agency, which is, it's also kind of something new. And so it just makes more sense, like, okay, are you motivated? Do you understand where we're trying to go? Do you agree in the direction that we want to take? And then if you do, are you willing to, um, you know, learn new things, and don't take for granted everything that you know before? Because the other problem is that if someone is super experienced, they might be entitled to their opinion, which sometimes is good, because obviously you want to have someone, if someone is managing a team, you want them to be able to stand their ground and pass down their information. But again, we're not at that stage yet. And so I think it's much more important to have someone that is excited, and that it doesn't take themselves too seriously, like, okay, this is what I was taught, but maybe it doesn't exactly apply, or doesn't really work in this situation, so I'm just going to start over and rethink everything, and relearn what I need to learn, and be excited about it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's well said. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of a shift from you and the leadership role to a little bit more about your business. So for those who don't know of you, what does WeWill AI do and who is your ideal client?
Okay, so again, I think, as many other AI automation agencies, especially what I see online, we started kind of very broad, in the sense that, okay, we'll just help companies understand if and then where to implement AI. I think that the if is what gets most people, because it's not necessarily for everyone. You might not have the
Yeah.
budget for it. It might not be a priority for you, and we try to be as honest as possible. Um, and then, so it's kind of a two-part service. The first is the actual consultation and audit, making sure that it fits for your business, and then we'll find the best three, and especially the first automation that will make the highest difference, the highest ROI. And then we actually have the team to develop it all. And it's not, we don't, I've seen online, especially a lot of use of like NNN and Make.com and no code automation tools. And I think they are great. If I had to differentiate, we don't work for smaller um, contract and workflows. We tend to focus more on a little higher and more complicated workflows for bigger companies. And just to mention a few, I guess, one vertical that we have probably made the most money so far is in distribution. So they have a lot of documents connected to each order that you have to manually check for mistakes, because you
Oh
might
yeah.
send to a manufacturer something, then they'll send back another order, and then the client will have another order document, and there are just so many errors. And so we just build this software um, that kind of takes care of it all and checks, and just tells the people and the employees working what the problems are and exactly where. And I think the model is kind of interesting as well, because we start with, we kind of have two sides, the tailored side of it. And so we get new clients, like especially big clients, that want tailored stuff to whatever their need is. And then once we kind of finish that software for them, obviously, if there's no IP in the contract, which they're usually not. We had one client that we had that is an enterprise, and they wanted the IP, so we couldn't like resell it. But for everyone else, kind of take like, okay, there's a B2B retailer making $5 million a year. Cool. We'll just take B2B retailer, $5 million a year, put it on Apollo, and then find more people and more companies that potentially might need it. And so we make even more margins.
Yeah.
So that's how we operate. And then again, we have the enterprise side, which I cannot again talk too much about because that's the kind of client that
Yeah,
uh,
absolutely.
a lot of confidential stuff. But let's say we are helping them get distribute to their clients, which are public companies, and we help their clients um, also kind of automate document management and handling. That's the most
Yeah,
I can say, but it's really exciting stuff.
cool. Yeah, that's amazing. And then, so when you, let's talk about a little bit about the sales funnel, kind of when you get a client. So how do you currently find and convert your leads? And then once you get those clients, how do you make sure that they stay happy?
Okay, yeah, great question. So we went through a lot, and we made a lot of mistakes, and I guess that it was my fault because that's kind of the part I oversee. Right now, I think we're at a good position. So we use cold emails as our main channel. So outbound cold emails, we get our database is Apollo. Even though we actually use a scraper for Apollo, it's called Apify. And so there's many actors there. So also really interesting stuff that took me a while to learn. Uh, but you can basically scrape the same leads that you would get from Apollo because they just, virtually do the same, just cost way less.
Yep.
Uh, so you get the database, clean it up, and then I now have someone who um, create kind of filter and create these micro clusters based on industry or based on job title. And then we import everything on instantly.ai, which I absolutely love. And they're killing it, honestly. It's a great software. Um, and yeah, you can, and there you can literally make a campaign. There's so many variables that introduced AI, so you can personalize pretty much everything from all the variables, and the you can put an icebreaker in the beginning, and kind of monitor all the inboxes. We have around 12 inboxes sending 40 to 50 emails per day each, so that's a lot. And then once our again, we have different offers. That's why it's like there's not one single kind of offer. We have two or three, which the plan is eventually it will merge into one, and we will kind of niche down with time. That's the plan for now. And we offer them in the case of we already have the software because we're reselling a custom software. We would say, okay, this is we've seen that people like you have this problem. We solved it in this way. Can I send you a video, a demo?
Yeah.
I have with Loom. I just have a quick demo. I actually don't re-record it every time. I just have I just re-record the audio of the first like 5 seconds where I say their name.
Yep.
And so it seems like I remake that video for them. I just change the first 5 seconds and say, "Hello, Aryan," and so I don't have to redo it every time. And then if they like it, we book a call, understand what they can have, and go from there. And for the AI tailored side, we jump straight to the call. So it's like, oh, I'm sure you're curious about AI, blah blah. Book the call, and then we come up with the first solution, and then we do like I guess it's in English because mind you, these are all Italian clients. We operate mainly in Italy, but basically we just like analyze their tech stack and make sure it's doable, like physically doable. Um, and then again, it's always we always start from the fastest and easiest solution, so that we can deliver right away, position ourselves as partners, and then it's funny how once they have something that works, the owner or whoever we talk to is like, oh, I had another idea for something else that we can do. And
Yeah.
so actually we found that once you kind of make them understand what the framework is for what can be automated, and I mean, we usually find a lot of stuff in the first audit. So we do the first thing, but then we save all the other stuff to upsell later. But sometimes it happened that before we could even ask them for something else, like, oh, by the way, I had this other idea. Could we do this, this, and they're like, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And then we just position ourselves as partners, just to keep them healthy and automated and make them and make and save them as much money as possible.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's basically like I'm not leaving you to dry. Like once you're with us, we're monitoring everything, making sure everything's going good.
Yeah, and we have a
So
guarantee as well. So
yeah.
we will make um, some sort of like KPI kind of document saying like, okay, this is what we're trying to solve for. This is the objective, and if we don't deliver on it, not only do we reimburse you for 100% of the money, we'll also keep working for you for free until we get that goal. So that's how confident we are for the solution that we offer.
Cool. Well, I usually like to end it on one final question here. I think there's been a lot of great information. So it's a little bit different, right? So if I could give you a magic wand to improve one part of your business, what would that be?
Hmm. Interesting. I'd say it would probably be lead gen, honestly. If I could have all like infinite clients coming and not worry about that, I think we could make such great like we could just focus on everything else and make the products amazing. That would probably be the one area where I could like ignore it exists and like but it's so essential that unfortunately it is a lot of the focus.
Yeah,
So yeah, that would probably be lead gen, would probably be my answer.
yeah,
And I,
that's a pretty common one I see. That's
yeah, that would
well, yeah,
connect
one
to
of
the
the
team.
main ones. All right, perfect, Alessandro. Well, before we end this, is where can people find you or We Will AI? Just let them know.
Okay, yeah. So our website is literally WeWill.ai. So there's that, and then you can find me personally on LinkedIn. I don't know if it's gonna have the little name. The final podcast will have the name, but this is exactly the name I go by on LinkedIn as well, which is way harder to spell, so I'm not gonna try it.
Yeah, no worries. Um, and then for those of you out there, I went and visited the website. It does go to English in the top right. I made that mistake before as well.
Right, yeah.
So
We're working. I actually, right after you told me about that, I called my seat. I was like, okay, we need to put the geolocalization on. So we're working on that. But yeah,
yeah, perfect.
top
Always
right,
improving.
there's the English and Italian.
Yep.
Yeah, the contact information is all there as well if you want to book a quick call with us.
Awesome. Perfect. Well, I appreciate your time today, Alessandro, and I hope you
Thank
have a
you
good
for
one,
having me.
man.
You too. Bye bye.